Do you like to have that twinkle in your eye when you see the lights? Well, what?
What's up, San Antonio? I have some very exciting news. DeLoco Podcast and West Silver Hills Church are collaborating to tell you about something special that will be happening this holiday season. And today from West Silver Hills Church, we have Rosa, who's joining us today, who will be telling us what exactly will be happening this holiday season.
Yeah, thanks, Gil. Man, I'm so excited. Westover Field of Lights is a free walk-through Christmas light show with fun for the whole family. There will be hot cocoa, games, Christmas music, and thousands of beautiful Christmas lights. And it's absolutely free, so you don't want to miss it. All you have to do is reserve your spot online at westoverlights.com. It'll be Thursday through Sunday evenings, December 6th through 21st, and absolutely free. So we'll see you there.
Guys, free, gratis. What more can you ask for? Guys, the hot cocoa is not free. Your abuelita's making it, so make sure you pay for it. Guys, this is just a friendly reminder that God loves you, Dios Te Ama, and we will see you at the Field of Lights this holiday season.
Estás escuchando DeLoco Podcast.
Let him know, like, hey, it's there's a white Dodge. That's my truck. I usually try to park it there. Now I try to park it across the street, but I mean, it is what it is, dude. But yeah, don't sweat it, big dog.
What is this right here?
You like that?
I'm not big into wrestling, but this is cool.
No?
No, I know you are.
Yeah, you better believe it, dude.
Yeah.
Big into it. Yeah, this is so this of course it's Rey Mysterio, right? But my wife got this for me when she went to Mexico. And then it fit perfect because we got that sponsorship with the Mas Energy, Mexican energy drink, right? So
Legit.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, dude. So yeah. So you ready or what?
A little nervous, but yeah, fuck it.
Nah, you're good, dude. You're good. So before we begin, I want to get some stuff going here. So, guys, it's the holiday season, so you guys are gonna want to drink some Mas, right? We got Mas here. We got tamarindo. We got hibiscus. We got mango. Tune in and get on over to masenergy.com. Use DeLoco 10 to get 10% off your drinks this holiday season. So make sure you guys head on over there. Shout out to JD and Associates LLC Bookkeeping and Tax Services as well, our sponsor as well. Shout out to Steel Nails Roofing and Construction. Shout out to them as well. And shout out to our production team that's here today at Mothership Productions. If you guys need some rental, you have a party, you have a pachanga, party, whatever it may be, head on over to Mothership Productions and you guys can rent out some equipment. So today is episode number 70. Today we have someone special. I think these worlds needed to collide. Episode number 70 is called The Ginn and the G's. The G's are because both of us are named Gilbert. So it's going to be very interesting. We're going to find out some stuff. He had some stuff going on, and we're just going to find out some stuff he's got going on right now in his life. And then also, too, he does have a podcast called the Ginn Podcast. So you guys are going to want to tune in. So please head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio Podcasts. Head on over to YouTube. Hit DeLoco Podcast on the search bar. Hit the campanita. You can't miss it. Papi Chulazo on the YouTube banner. Can't miss that. So please do subscribe. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to all the listeners. I really do appreciate it. Episode 70. Let's get right into it. Thank you, Gilbert, for being here, man. I really do appreciate you being here, dude.
This is legit right here.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you, man. And it's been some time that I wanted to do something with you, right? I know it's funny how we end up meeting each other, but we used to be at the other studio, and we got overbooked. Yeah, right there, baby, the Chatterbox, right? And we got overbooked, and you were showing up for your session, and I was already set up, and you're like, I think there was a mix-up here, big dog. And I was like,
I'm glad you brought it up, bro, because that was my fault.
Okay.
100% my fault. There was an email that I saw that I totally disregarded, and it was Ernest.
Ernest.
Okay.
Yeah, Ernest.
He emailed me the new, I guess, website portal to log in, and I'm assuming that was the one that you were using.
Yeah.
Just because I think if we're both using the same website, it wouldn't have been booked. And I was using the old one, and then that's when I was like, fucking shit. I was kind of salty at first, just because, like, obviously, I mean, you're set up.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
Put time aside, you have guests, and then I was like, I went home, then I was like, I fucked up. That was me. That was 100% me. So, yeah. Funny you brought that up, because I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, no, and hopefully you were able to shoot an episode.
I wasn't.
No?
Yeah. So I don't know if you're familiar with Faded Culture.
Yeah, Faded Culture.
It
Yeah.
was them.
Really?
Haven't touched base since, man. And
No.
That's on me. Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say Faded Culture. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But just stay tuned. Faded Culture and DeLoco Podcast are collabing. We got something coming up, dude. Shout out to Adrian, right? Shout out to Sergio. Man, dude.
That would have been legit.
Dude, that would have been so dope, dude.
Yeah.
If you would have had him. And to be honest, bro, so the way I came across your page was because shout out to Samuelito Gines. And shout out to Hector Gines. So you had Hector. Hector is a good friend of mine. Both of them are the Cuates and all the brothers, the Gineses. We grew up together. And when I saw Hector,
Did y'all really?
yeah, we did. We grew up together. So when I saw he was on your podcast, I was like, okay, who is this guy? And that at that time when you had him on, that's when the spark was starting. Like, okay, I want to do a podcast, or maybe not, maybe so. And you were actually sitting on the table. You had the shoes in the background.
Yeah.
Where was that location at?
I still live in that apartment. I'm about to move out here soon.
Really?
But, yeah, my second bedroom. So it's that was like 60 pairs. I don't even want to say how many pairs I have now, but yeah, second bedroom, second apartment, still there. At the time I didn't have the my girlfriend that I have now, but her other side is like a vanity, and she has her little thing of shoes, and so it's double-sided now, and I don't have any room in that space. I have a computer in there too, but yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. And then you jumped over to the Chatterbox, and then you went from there, and then you went to this other location. And I was listening to an episode, and man, you were so pissed in that episode because you can hear the train, the traques.
Dude, it was in the back. It was in the back rooms.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the back rooms.
I didn't even know that, dude. Like, I remember that episode. Like, the conversation was super good, and you're like, man, hold up. Like, you can distinctively hear it, but if I was there, I would have been pissed too. Like,
yeah, it was in the back rooms.
Damn, dude. Like,
I got in touch with I don't know if you're familiar with Victor.
Victor, yes.
Okay, yeah. He just told me about the spots in the back, and he said, honestly, I don't know how you're gonna set up with your stuff. I mean, you're more than welcome to use it however you want. It's not like the Chatterbox and
I get you.
The other studio, but he's like, yeah, you feel free. And then from there, I was using both. And then it got to a point where I was just using that one, and then I stopped. Yeah, stopped using that one in the beginning of the year. But
that's cool, dude.
It's tough.
So how long would you say already have you established the Ginn Podcast?
Sheesh.
How long has it been?
Like since I last recorded?
Yeah. Well, in general, like over long, like you could say like, okay, I've done it for 5, 6 years, 4 years.
Man, I need to get back into an episode, and man, I'm glad you hit me up because this is giving me a lot of inspiration right now.
Yeah, man.
But April of 2020 was like the first episode. I think March of 2020, right when the pandemic hit.
Okay.
And then, so what is it? 4 years, 5 years already?
4 years. Yeah, because it's funny, when I first saw you and I saw my friend, my buddy Hector, December 2021 is when episode 1 came out for DeLoco Podcast.
Oh, shit.
And I actually had recorded episode 1 of DeLoco Podcast in January of 21.
Okay.
I was so hesitant, dude, because I was seeing you, I was seeing other people, and I was like so nervous because my mind was, I got to be like this. Like they have a certain genre. Like I want to be like that. I want to fit like that. And I'm just giving you kudos, bro, to give you your flowers because you deserve it, man. And I was trying to get everybody's like picnicking and like doing this, doing that. And then when I had my friend on, Miguel, that's when my brothers are like, okay, what you just did right now, the way that you are, that's your thing. Don't try to pickpocket off of everybody else. If people are going to tune in, they're going to tune in because they like it. That's it.
Is this your brother right here?
Yes, it's my brother right here.
Shout out
my
to
younger
your brother, man.
Yeah, man. He's a real one. Shout out to my brother Gil. Shout out to my brother Josh. El Chachis.
Wait. Gil?
Gil.
Like G-I-L?
G-I-L.
Holy shit.
Yes, sir.
You got Gilbert?
Yes,
You got
Gil.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It gets a little bit more confusing when we go to church because everybody calls me Gil, and then they call him Gil.
Hilarious.
And then my dad's name is Gilbert, so I'm the third. So there's a little bit of confusion there.
Why did I don't mean to get off topic.
No, go ahead, dude.
Why didn't they just full name?
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. My brother's Gil Obadiah. Gil Obadiah de la Rosa.
That's a tongue.
Yes, sir.
Tongue twister. Yeah. That's it. Gotcha. No, that's badass. Though.
Yeah, dude. So shout out to my brother.
I'll stick with Gil.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You just got to stick with Gil, right?
I want to, going back to what you said, man, you know, it's crazy. You say that you were just like watching and kind of picking, and I look at you now and I feel the same way. And I can tell right away, man, like it's hard at first. And the conversation we're having right now is like so smooth and simple. Not simple, I'm sorry, just like smooth and easy, and like just everything's just straightforward, right? But when you're starting off, it's like nerve-wracking.
Dude.
You got to learn communication skills.
Big time.
And you got to learn, for me, what the big thing was, I don't remember what book I was reading when I got this from, but it was, you got to figure out just like little keywords that like spark in people's heads that like make them talk. Because sometimes you'll have people that won't, they'll just be sitting here and you have to like pick and pick and pick. And then you hit that one keyword or that one phrase or that saying that gets their thoughts going. And then from there, it's just smooth sailing. But yeah, man, watching you now, and I haven't been doing the podcast lately just because of a lot of personal stuff that I've been going through. But yeah, man, watching you and seeing this platform grow and seeing just right away, man, just when you're talking about your energy drink, right?
Yeah.
Smooth. Crazy.
I appreciate that, dude.
Crazy.
I appreciate it, man. It took some practice, and I do appreciate that, man, because like I said at first, like my brothers are like, I was very nitpicky. Like I wanted everything to be perfect. Like, let's re-record again. Let's do it again. And then it wasn't until that moment where when I had my friend on and it was just raw, dude. We were just laughing it up, cracking it up. Stuff was falling and stuff like that. My brother goes, that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
They don't want to see something. They already rehearsed that, dude.
So
they don't want to see this right here. You know, behind me right here.
Yeah.
They don't want to see the rehearsed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I was I don't know, you know who Gary Vee is, right?
Yeah, okay. Gary Vee, yeah.
So he always talks about authenticity, and there's a lot of people that I watch on TikTok. I have a very bad habit of doing this, but just day in the lives. Like people like just raw, authentic, just because you can relate to them so much, because 9 times out of 10 you're doing the exact same thing that they're doing, but they might be doing something that you want to get into. They might be doing something that you find interesting, whatever. But people just like raw authenticity. So I don't know. You definitely have that. And I mean, just like we're having this conversation in previous episodes, you say it's all authentic.
Yeah, man. And I do appreciate that, because I feel that when there's a genuine conversation, right? I mean, it's like one of those, it's like somebody gets here and like, all right, bro, like when I say this, I need you to react like that. There's no way it's going to happen. Like it's going to naturally happen. Like right now, you naturally were so confused as to, damn, dude, your brother has that much of a name like that? Nah, I'll just stick to Gil. You know what I mean? That was a raw moment. It wasn't rehearsed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's something that I changed, and something that I picked up from me too is like, what I like about you is you do your homework a little bit, which is something I never did. But sometimes I'll do it, like I'll do it with some guests. Like if I see, okay, that's a perfect topic to talk about because that's what's been hot right now. So like even the hardest for me, dude, was when I brought Chingo Bling back.
Oh, for sure.
The second time around.
Yeah.
Because everybody found out who he was. So now what are you going to talk about now?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And it was perfect timing because the whole P. Diddy stuff, and then he was supposed to get signed by P. Diddy. Bro, like my mind was like going. As soon as I found out, like I was like, okay, what can I do with P. Diddy? I started doing my homework and said, okay, was Chingo Bling? I did this purposely. Was Chingo Bling almost signed by P. Diddy? And there was like a whole bunch of lists. And then I remember I texted him like, hey, bro, you were going to get signed by P. Diddy? And he put like a question mark. Who's asking? I was like, me, because I want to talk about it. He goes, oh, yeah, for sure. He goes, man, that'll be perfect. Like, yeah, we need to talk about that stuff. I was like, okay, perfect. So now I had a topic. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had a topic. And then I still had like a little game with him that I didn't get to do the last time because of timing, because he had to take off, he had to do his stand-up, he had to do everything. So I was like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. When I was already going to hit episode 70, let me tell you why I wanted to bring you at episode 70.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know I reached out to you. We'll get into that a little bit. If you want to share, you don't have to share the whole entire thing, right? But your whole thing that you were going with your health and stuff like that, and I reached out to you. So, hey, praying for you, big dog. Hopefully you get better. Hopefully things come soon. Episode 70, the lucky number 7. So I said, who better to bring than to bring the G? And maybe this will help in the fact, like, to find out, because I think everybody wants to find out, like,
yeah,
the Ginn Podcast coming back, not coming back, taking a break.
Man, I was when you had hit me up, I'm still not logged into my the podcast page. And it's terrible because there's somebody in my comments right now commenting on my pictures, and I haven't responded to them. And if you see this, I'm sorry, but I'll log in one of these days. But I believe so. And in my bio in the podcast page, it says August of 2024, and that's 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
And it's tough right now, man. I think there's a lot of time. There's very bad time management. There's a lot of insecurities, if I'm being honest right now. Honestly, I don't even know what to like do anymore. But like I said, this has given me a lot of inspiration. Going, I think, back to my health, that was probably, I think shit got real really, really quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but I got the flu. I got pneumonia. Got MRSA in my blood, which is a deadly blood infection. And I was in a coma for 7 days, and they told me it was going to be 2, turned out to be 7 just because it was really, really bad. Got to a point where the first hospital didn't know what to do. They were just literally about to pull the plug. Another doctor came in and said, hey, we need to get him to this hospital, my hospital. I have this machine that's going to save his life. Within 6 hours, I was in that next hospital, and I was on the machine. Another 12 hours later, I was fully awake out of the coma. From there, I mean, it was tough that first week. It was tough. Actually, it was tough that first week. The second week was a little bit better. I was still going through it. The third week, I started like realizing like, hey, I'm getting little by little. It was definitely not overnight for sure.
Yeah.
Little by little, I was getting better. And then when I got transferred out of BAMC, that's where I was staying. I was like, okay, this is going to be fucking tough because I mean, I don't know if you know about anybody that's been in a coma or anything like that.
Yeah. I have a friend who was in a coma and got out of a coma, and his recovery time, rehab and stuff like that took him a bit.
Thing that I didn't know about comas is that I thought your body was just going to come out straight. Like I didn't realize that your body is fully septic. Like nothing is working except like oxygen and like maybe, I don't know, your conscious mind.
Yeah.
So like everything went away. So I was weighing, I think the same weight I'm weighing right now is 230, 240. And I was 205, 210. So I lost a lot of weight. My muscle was damn near gone. I didn't have anything. And I think for that first week was the time I just fully had to accept, like, fuck, I'm a little kid again.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to eat. I couldn't bring my hands from my sides to my shoulders. I couldn't swallow. I was having a very hard time breathing. Man, I can go on and on, but it was just a wild experience that I could say this for 100% transformed my life, my daily life, my exercise, my health. I'm wearing an Oura ring right now. Never in my life would I think about wearing an Oura ring. If you're familiar with that and the different types of rings they have out there for health, it's just mind blowing to the type of person I am.
Yeah,
crazy times.
That's cool, man. Well, I'm glad that you're feeling a lot better. You look a lot better, man, compared to the photos that were going out there. I know when you share, I was like, dude, what the heck, man?
Yeah, man. I think that's where a lot of my insecurities came from, just because like I've always been this type of person that didn't like to tell people what I was doing next, didn't like to tell people what I was going through. I don't know. I've sat down and thought about. I still don't know. Like I don't know why I'm like that. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
And it's okay to be like that, dude. Yeah. Like don't knock yourself on that, because it's sometimes. So here's one thing that I took away from you one time, and it kind of is true. So I had shout out to Chonai. I just had her on, and there was a time where at this time last year, so December 1st of last year is when I went back. I said, okay, I'm gonna go back to the gym. I'm gonna train like I was training before, before I got married.
Can we just talk about after this how good you look right now, man?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. I really do appreciate that, dude.
You could tell right away. I told when I saw you outside, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I don't mean to say nothing.
No.
bad,
Go ahead, dude. You got to, dude. I want people to know.
You just look different from when I first saw you in that meeting we were talking about in the beginning versus now. That's all.
Man. And something I took away from you, just so you know, I implemented into my time of training. You had posted one time when you were at the gym, and you posted on the very bottom. You put on there, I'm sick and tired of people posting at the gym on a daily. If you're going to do your work in silence and show your progress in public. Yeah. You wrote that. And it spoke volumes to me, dude, because I was like at the gym and I was like posting. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me worried about posting that I'm here, let me just do my work. The progress, people will see it. They'll see it. So, dude, I'm like super ecstatic, like happy with myself from last December 1st till right now. Yeah. 60 pounds.
Dude.
Gone.
A lot of people don't talk about this, man, but it changes everything, losing weight.
Everything, dude.
It teaches you how to learn discipline, your health, your diet.
Everything.
Shit, we can go all the way to fucking sex drive. Like, it changed. I don't mean to get, like, all weird and shit, but, like, it changes that. It changes your conversations with family and friends. You can see, like, who's doing what, why they're doing it, how unhealthy it is. Bro, I started shopping at Sprouts. I feel like a millionaire when I shop in Sprouts.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's a weird feeling that I get in there. Sprouts is just like a farmer's market, organic, healthy stuff. But I just feel like a different person in there. But it's just, me and my girlfriend recently started. This was, shout out to my boy Jimmy, man. He's lost 75 pounds. And,
nice, dude.
I'm drawing a blank. Okay, 75 pounds. But he got me onto like whole food diets. So from between September, I was gonna go strict. I was gonna go like full carnivore, but I was like, man, I need my carbs. Like I love oatmeal. I love potatoes, sweet potatoes. I was like, man, I can't get rid of carbs. I feel 100% better. Like my digestive system is way better. Like I don't be gross, but I'm gonna just be real. Like I don't have as much diarrhea as I used to. Yeah. Just based off the foods I was fucking eating.
No more diarrhea since Easter's, baby.
I was like my girlfriend is feeling a lot healthier.
That's good, dude.
I've lost a lot of acne. That was one of my biggest issues. Like it's insane with and not even just like working out. This is a big thing that I've been on recently. Not just working out, lifting weights, strength training. I would love for people to start off like that. But if you want to start small, walking is like the first step.
Yeah.
I will preach walking probably till I fucking die. Just because I've learned that walking for me is a lot better at either losing weight, feeling better, than like full running marathons or run. I know running's big right now.
Yeah, it is.
For the life of me, I can't fucking run.
No.
I will not run. I would just walk. I can do sprints, like HIIT training stuff, but I don't like it. So I'll rather just walk for 30 minutes, an hour at a time, just either TikTok, which is bad, listening to music or what have you. But I mean, if you just start walking. 10,000 steps, 5,000 steps, walk 5 minutes, like just it's just progress.
Yeah, and it's true, man, because it'll get you in a state of discipline. Because I know at the fact, man, I can say I was a big snacker, right? Because now my body, like I'm so adjusted, like I would always snack before a meal, like snack, dude, like really snack a lot. But now I got into the implement of, I think on my 3rd month, I started implementing back the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, a lot of people are against it or whatever the case is, but there's a lot of positive things when you do that. You put your body into ketosis. After a certain amount of time, you start to burn your natural fat, stored energy. And then before you know it, when you do eat, like your metabolism's like, oof, dude, like, I can't eat that right now. I just ate your carne right now from inside. You know what I mean? So it does teach you discipline, man. And it has taught me discipline a lot more. Cause man, I was like going off the, look, bro, I'm just gonna be honest with you. How tall are you?
Like right at 6 foot.
6 foot.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into the side extra large, 2 extra large. I was already getting a 2X. Yeah. And I'm a 5'6" short king, baby. So I was already starting to look like a plum. You know what I mean? I was already starting to look like a plum. And I think that's what kind of motivated me there, because I was starting to see the podcast. And then I was starting to notice at work, just walking, because I was like, out of breath, dude. And it's like, okay, take it easy, big dog.
Yeah.
Like you need to not do that, man. But yeah, dude, I'm so glad that you're doing so much better. And I'm happy, man, that I know that you're gonna come back. Like whether it be at the end of this year or the beginning of January, it doesn't matter. Like I really like to see you have your conversations that you do with the guests that you bring on. Because I like to tell everybody, man, but I mean, you're here, you're right in front of me. I'm just going to be blowing you, bro. You're very special because honestly, God gave you another chance.
Yeah.
Like you have another chance.
100%, bro.
You know what I mean?
It every single fucking day.
So obviously you're not done here. There's more work to be done. So man, I get so excited hearing you saying like, I'm motivating you. Like I invited you.
Yeah.
And man, you were on the top of my head, like big time, man. And I said, okay, when can I bring him? When can I bring him? And then whenever I said, okay, episode 70, that'll be the goal. Or I was going to bring you episode 77. Because I said, man, we got double sevens, baby.
Let's do it.
I said, but you know what? We got 70. Let me bring him on. Let's talk about it. And let's see where he's at. Just to catch up, man. Because like I said, I think it was time for us to cross paths. The Ginn Podcast has been around for quite some time. I'm glad to say the podcast now is going to hit the 4th year that we're on here. We got sponsorship, Spotify, all this kind of stuff, man. But I think the most intriguing thing that I can say, honestly, that I took away from you is, bro, how calm you are, dude. Like,
yeah, a lot of people hate it. So I'm a car salesman. So I work in like a industry, a career, whatever, where you have to be calm, like especially now. So, if you weren't familiar with the car business, COVID happened. Microchips.
Yeah, microchips, all that, dude.
Were pretty much not coming overseas, so that messed up a lot of things, especially cars. So 2 years ago, 2022, 2023, we were selling vehicles for not high price, but like the MSRP, which is retail. Now you can get a discount. So now it's just like back to the old ways. Like, so I've been in the car business since 2018. So I knew what negotiation skills were before COVID and after COVID. So we're going through that right now, which is you're finding how let me say this right. You're finding what people are made for negotiation, because there's people out there, or there's people that I work with that were getting it easy because there was no vehicle. So like you just had to pay what you had to pay, or someone else was going to pay that price, and then you lost out on the car. Now you have a lot more inventory. Now you have to discount vehicles. Now you have to really show like how to talk to people, negotiate. Yeah. And when people get mad, I'm just straight face calm, looking in their eyes, and they're looking for a reaction. I could care less. Yeah. I could care less. But I'll say this, it comes with a lot, because whether if it's somebody in front of me and I'm selling them a vehicle, or if it's just like this and you say something that I don't like, or a stranger in a coffee shop, and just whatever, I'll be calm, just because I've realized that I think my reaction to a lot of things is where I think if I go into reaction of like what they're expecting, or what most people will do, that's just going to go down a rabbit hole I don't want to go into, because you never know. Like, someone asked me the other day, and this is going to be very, very controversial, but someone asked me the other day if someone was getting beat up, whether if it was a girl or a guy, would I jump in? And I said, no, that's not my business. And I said that because you have no idea what the girl or the guy is capable of, whether if they have any type of weapons, anything at all. And I've seen this video, and I showed it to the person that I was talking to. I've seen this video where a girl and guy were getting into a fight, and a guy tried to step in, and the girl that the guy was beating on pulled out a gun and shot the one that was trying to help. So I'm like, yeah, that one's tough, because obviously you don't want to be in that situation where you have to witness that. Like, I'm all for like helping out, and it's tough when you grow up with domestic violence in your house or outside, and you just see it. It's a tough situation, but damn, I love my life, and I don't want to go out like that. I get you. I got that second chance, like you were saying. I'm just like, that one's tough, man. Like I think deep down I wouldn't, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the honest opinion, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I mean, like you said, there can be those situations like that, or there can be a situation. I mean, obviously, if you see an old lady getting beaten down,
okay, that's different.
Okay, that's different, big dog. That lady's gonna thank you, or whatever the case. That's a different story. But man, nowadays, big dog, like, man, you don't know who's carrying what. People take out machetes from their pants. It's like, bro, how did you even get that in your pants, big dog? Like, you got a knife on them and take this out. And so I get you, man. You have every right to say that, because now the time that we're living right now, man, it's crazy. Dude. These people are buck wild, dude. I mean, they get mad for anything. I mean, like today, dude. Today, literally, somebody's in front of me. I have a big old truck. Yeah. Somebody's behind me, gang, honky, dude. I'm like, if you can only see like what I see, like right here, like if you can only see, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, right? But karma, right? I mean, that lady came on the side and was like flicking me off, telling me I'm number one. And then before you knew it, like she was so paying attention here, boom, she hit the car in front of her.
Holy shit. What area do you live in? Like,
I live on the south side.
Okay.
I live right there by Palo Alto College.
Okay.
Yeah, I live right there.
So, man, traffic? How's traffic there?
It's okay. Well, if I can be honest now, dude, the way the growth is, dude, I would say like right now it's an 8 already, dude.
I've seen it. So I live in Alamo Ranch, man, and it is tough. Sheesh. Like I am trying to move out because I moved there in 2018, and just the subdivisions on apartments, on businesses, it is crazy. They got 3 Dutch Bros in like a 1 mile span. It is crazy, bro. Like there's so many people that live in that area. And I feel like it was just easy access before. I grew up Valley High, Medina Bay area. Okay. And a couple of my friends still live in that area, and it was just like, okay, this is like the middle of everything. Because I have other buddies that live like close to 281 and 1604, so it's like just access highways, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm moving out for sure. Fuck that shit. That's terrible traffic.
It's crazy, man. Like I know my parents, they moved out because they used to live on the south side. Now they live off of 211, 1604, Petranco. Yeah. They moved in when there was like nice pastures.
What year they moving?
What year was it, Gil? Do you remember? 18, right? Bro.
My buddy moved in 19. Bro, I don't know. This might be true for your parents' house too, but he got, I want to say it's like close to 150,000 in equity in his house just because it's booming.
The thing is, my parents, like their house is worth a lot right now.
Yeah,
Way back then it wasn't, and now it is. And dude, that area is like, oh my God, dude.
I think when that HEB opened up, I mean, even before that whole like Petranco down that way,
Montgomery Road, all that, dude. Out there is bad, bro. Whenever man, I'm dreading it right now, dude. Just thinking about it. Thanksgiving's like in a week. Yeah. To go to their house. Luckily, we do it in the afternoon. But when we go to their house for birthday parties or we just get together, if I don't leave my house before 5 o'clock, dude, I'm not gonna get there till 7.
211's far too, man.
Bumper to bumper, dude.
211's like with no traffic. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes from 1604?
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes.
Now just traffic? Yeah.
But with traffic, it's like you're going to Buc-ee's, big dog. Yeah. It's like you're going to Buc-ee's, big dog. Dang, dude.
Crazy how far that's gone, because my parents, not my parents, my mom, she used to work at SeaWorld. This was like 2005.
Oh, wow.
So I was living in the Medina Bay Valley High area, so I seen all that 1604 when it was like nothing. So like, that Walmart wasn't there. All those businesses weren't there.
Oh, wow, dude.
Let's see, what else? Alamo Ranch, they had nothing, honestly.
What's up, San Antonio? Are you needing to get your taxes or your bookkeeping services done? Then head on over to JD & Associates LLC Bookkeeping and Tax Services. You can find JD & Associates LLC Bookkeeping and Tax Services on Facebook and on Instagram. Now, I know you guys may be saying tax season is over. It's not over, my friend. There's still some bookkeeping you need to do. Make sure you get them books nice and organized. Don't let your little Juanita, Panchita, your neighbor over there, make sure she does your taxes. She can't even remember her own name. She's gonna remember to do your taxes right, or your bookkeeping. So guys, head on over to JD & Associates LLC Bookkeeping and Tax Services. Let me tell you where you can find them at. You can find them at 4702 West Avenue, number 8, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78213. You can call them at area code 210-816-0357. Again, JD and Associates LLC, bookkeeping and tax services, an official sponsor for DeLoco Podcast. All right, guys, do you have a tío named Juanito, last name Panchito, and he works on techos, and he works on the construction site? Well, I got some good news for you. You no longer have to use your tío Juanito Panchito. Steel Nails Roofing and Construction is here to help you out. And not just you. I'm talking to all the realtors out there. Realtors, if you're out there and you sell the Mamalonsky Casotas, I'm talking to you. There are some good incentives for you that Steel Nails Roofing and Construction is providing just for you. Now let me tell you how you can come in contact with Steel Nails Roofing and Construction. You can contact Steel Nails Roofing and Construction at area code 210-749-9392, located right here in San Antonio, Texas. They have special incentives for any and all realtors. They beat any price, upgrading you automatically, not outsourcing any of the work. They are the roofers, baby. So let me tell you once again, tell your tío Juanito Panchito he is no longer needed. Steel Nails Roofing and Construction is here to help you out. Steel Nails Roofing and Construction, an official sponsor for DeLoco Podcast. That's so good, baby. Hey, what's up, guys? What am I drinking? I'm just drinking Mas Energy. More energy, more flavor. This one in particular is called Tamarindo, but they got 3 flavors. Let me put this down here for you. They got 3 flavors: Tamarindo, Mango, or my favorite, Hibiscus. Now, if you guys love to go to gimnasio, you just love energy drinks, or you just need energy boost in the morning because you got lagaña and you still live with your mom and your dad, that's for a different story. But Mas, more energy, more flavor, has got you, my boy. You can find them on Instagram or on Facebook, or you can go on and Google and look them up at drinkmasenergy.com. Again, that is drinkmasenergy.com. Now, when you do and you order whichever one you like, but I recommend you get the bundle. 3 or more bundles gets free shipping. Gratis. Who doesn't love gratis? I know I do. Now, when you do at checkout, make sure you use key code word DELOCO. 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 When you do, you get 10% off your order. 10%, mi amigo. Don't lose that and don't miss on that, all right? Mas, more energy, more flavor, is here to give you that energy boost, get you ready for the gimnasio, or just get you ready in the morning because you got lagaña in your eye. Whichever one it is, Mas Energy is here for you and whatever necessities you need. Mas, more energy, more flavor, an official sponsor for DeLoco Podcast.
Another crazy thing too that I've seen growing is the La Cantera area. My mom was a manager for the custodians. Funny times. I say funny times because she always regrets doing that. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So like the Chick-fil-A and the Forever 21 on La Cantera, that was a whole food court in like 05, 06.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I've seen it all.
Yeah, that area of like Fair Oaks, all that, dude, is ridiculously growing right now.
That's too rich, man. I haven't been that far.
Oh, man, dude.
I know it's rich, but...
and my job, like we have to go way out there, dude. So you see some people.
What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
So I work for... I can't say here right, but for the energy company here in San Antonio.
You have to kill me to say or what?
You know what I mean? I'll say it after. But basically, like I go on and check, make sure everyone's gonna know who it is. Electricity's working properly. There's only one company here.
Like one and maybe 2.
Right, maybe 1 or 2. So you pick your choice, pick your poison. So we have to go like sporadically. Like we have a job, customers calling like, "Hey man, my voltage or whatever." I go out there.
Did you hear about the lineman that got killed a couple of months ago?
That was my buddy, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
My coworker that I work with sending me pictures of like the KSAD and all the...
Yeah.
Because he lived like 2 houses down from where it happened. It's like, fuck, man, that is crazy how it happened.
Yeah, it's one of my... But I can say buddy, right? Because I met him when he started. And then we went our separate ways. We did this, we did that. But... yeah, man, it was unfortunate. I was actually on the airplane taking off to Cancun, and my dad called me. and because he works for the same company, and he's like, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know if you know this guy, but everybody's saying you do. And I was like, you know what happened? He's like, well, where are you? I was like, I'm on the flight. He's like, wait for you to land. I was like,
at that point,
I was like, nope, you're gonna tell me right now, Dad. He's like, no, I mean, I don't want. I was like, you need to tell me now, like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know the full details, but it's not here no more. I was like, oh,
damn.
Oh, Mom, man. My phone just started, like an hour after when we had landed, my phone was just, because you got to put on airplane mode. So once we landed in Cancun, dude, my phone was just bing, 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 bing. Where all the guys from work like, yo, bro, you're not going to be. I was like, I was calling it. Dude, as soon as we got to the hotel, everybody went to the pool and I was on the phone with all the guys from work. Dude, like, man. Yeah. It's crazy, man, how the camaraderie, the brotherhood, if you want to say.
I fuck up words all the time.
Even
in front of customers.
It's the Mexican in me, baby dog. But the brotherhood that's there, right? Yeah. Where we work with each other more than we're with our families.
For sure, yeah.
So it's there, right? We're there. We cry with each other. We do that. We pick on each other. But at the end of the day, dude, like, honestly, man, it's a sad day because he should still be here.
Yeah.
Like, he should really, really should, man. And that's why I tell a lot of people, like, you got to respect those guys out there. I've been out there 2 a.m, working. It's raining.
Not me.
Snowing. I had to work during that snow vid, dude. 16 hours a day.
Snow. Oh, 2021.
2021.
Yeah, February.
I was out there working 16 hours. Got sicker than a dog. After the fact.
I give you praise, man, because I would never. We did a remodel. Well, not we, but the dealership did a remodel in 2022. And I'm talking about like 60-year-olds in construction doing concrete. I'm like, just looking at there, and I'm in AC, and I'm like, man, that would suck. Dude. I could never. Heck, and then you have like just big old macho, like normal construction guys just doing their thing. And I'm just like, even at that, bro, like it's summer. It's just
hot,
tough,
dude.
Man. Yeah. Kudos, man, because I could never.
I appreciate that, dude.
I could never.
I appreciate it.
I want to touch on that, man, because we recently lost somebody too, and I started on my shoes. I started writing RF because his name was Ruben Fuentes, and he sat right next to me, and I've known him since I started. And his cousin is a sales manager at the dealership, and it's tough, man, because he sat right next to me, and I saw him talking to people like just everyday life. You spend 10, 12 hours at the dealership. Working depending on what dealership you work at, and you see them more than your family. And it's crazy, man. He was going through very, very similar to what I went through. He had a couple organ diseases that he had, but it was weird to be on the other side, knowing what everybody felt like when I was in the hospital.
Yeah,
it was just a mind fuck, like asking for updates. Going to the hospital, figuring out where to park, like just going through the day by day or step by step on his journey through the hospital before he passed. It was like, fuck, damn, these people like did that when I was there, and it's a lot of care, and it's just wild to see that just time is so short, man. I know a lot of people out there say like you have a lot of time, but it's like 50-50 to me. Like sometimes it's short, and sometimes, man, it can be forever. But
that's the worst enemy, man, is that we do not have enough time.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people take for granted the time that we're already given. That's like, man, and I really do give you kudos, man, and everybody that I've had on. Shout out to all the guests that I've had on and everyone that listens in, because everybody respects who I believe in. I'm a faith believer, and I really do. Every time I tell people, like, man, tomorrow we're not granted, big dog. Like, you really, really need to take that into consideration. Man, my eyes really opened up, dude. Like, when they killed my father-in-law. He was on a motorcycle. Some idiot hit him. Gone in an instant. And he was on the way to go eat breakfast with us.
Bad timing, huh?
Bad timing.
Fuck. I wanted to ask you, man. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That's definitely a sensitive subject. But talking about faith, I've always wanted to ask you, because I don't know if, you are familiar with RJ, Countdown SA.
Yeah, RJ,
Went to high school with him, but he's really big into faith and like posting stuff. And you are as well.
Yeah.
Where was that? Have brought into like religion, brought into faith, or like was there a specific moment that you're just like, hey, this is something I want to do?
So I'm glad you're asking, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe I've gotten into this, maybe I haven't, but I'm glad you're asking. So I grew up in the church my entire life, right? Born and raised, man. But I can tell you right now, doesn't matter if you're born and raised, you could be far away from God, like big time.
Yeah.
So I think for me, there was a moment in my life where I was just going through the motions, right? And there's a lot of people that do that now, and they're older, and that's not good, right? I always preach about that, so I'm talking to you. I was going through the motions because, well, I have to go because my parents are going. I grew up this way.
It was kind of a habit at that point. Right?
It was a habit, right? So just so you know, my grandfather was a pastor for like 30-something years. So my abuelita was pastoral. My uncle's a pastor. So it's just embedded in me, right?
Yeah.
But there was a certain time in my life to where I really had to make that decision of, okay, it's not based on my parents' faith. Like I can't do that. So I grew up in it. Really grew up in it. RJ, man, he's a good. I grew up with RJ as well, dude.
Damn.
Well, I grew up with RJ.
Man, I got so many questions. So first one, how did you? So you grew up with Jose too, then? Because I guess Jose and
I didn't grow up with Jose, but later on, man, when did I meet Jose? I think I met him like in 2019 is when I met him. But I met him because I was at I was at a restaurant and Juan was there eating with Jose. So that's how I was able to do the connection. And then he was like, well, who's that? He's like, oh, I grew up with this guy. Like, and he's got a pot. And then that's when we started doing the thing. And then when I came back after taking a break, he was my first guest. So that's how I did it. But I grew up with Juan. I grew up with Hector, the Gines, Samuelito. Shout out RP David.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I grew up with RJ. RJ was part of my life. We went to the same church for quite some time. And then he went to the army.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like I never saw him again. And then we got touch base again when I went to Eddie Ortiz's fight. He was there and we started chatting it up again. I grew up with him, man, and dude, he's a phenomenal dude, man. Shout out to
legit.
RJ. Yeah, he's legit, man. And
a lot of people don't know this, but man, that motherfucker used to rain threes in high school.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Off bat. Yeah, I'll be the first one to tell you.
Yeah?
For sure, bro. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. I don't know if he still got to now. He probably does, because I don't know if you never
He might, dude. He might. I mean, I know he's got all them J's, so he might still lace them up.
That's another thing too, man. I was he was for sure. Had to be him and somebody else in high school that had shoes on. Like I remember there was another person. I don't remember his fucking name. I remember his face though. But shoes, Jordans. And I was too poor to have that shit. But I was just like, fuck, dude, those are so nice. I think that's why I collect so many shoes now, is because I mean I've said it before, like I didn't have money growing up. So I'm like, fuck, gimme.
Yeah, gimme.
When I have money to get it, at that point it's a lost cause because I'm fucking buying everything.
Yeah. No, it's funny, man, that we're talking about all those people and that we have those connections. Yeah. But yeah, man, I grew up with RJ. I grew up with the guys. But yeah, man, I grew up in the church. Yeah. But I think my moment of realization of where my faith was actually at was when they killed my father-in-law. So that year was probably, if you want to say, everyone says it like, that was the year I was tested. That was the year. That was my worst year, man.
Really, what's the word? Cliche,
right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That was my worst year. That was a year my wife's grandmother passed away. My grandma passed away. Shout out to Gloria Salinas. And then a week later, my daughter was born. And then in June, a close friend of ours from our church died as well. Yeah. And then in October, my father-in-law passed away. So it was a pretty rough year, man.
That's not even cliche, bro. That's fucking. That's a terrible year.
Horrible.
I don't mean that in
no.
And
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I want people to be I want people to be encouraged, man. Because man, dude, I could have just gave in. Like, man, dude, you did that to me. Yeah. Like, and honestly, sometimes we do that, and I've done that before, dude. I'm just being honest with you. I've done that before, but I've learned in my faith, like, we're not promised tomorrow, and that was intended because that's what He intended it to be. And that's why I say, bro, like, you were intended to be here again. Like, I'm glad you're sitting in front of me, dude. Like, I really am glad you're sitting in front of me, man.
You know what's crazy is me and my girlfriend, we had a conversation last year, and this was before the hospital happened. And she's been big into faith for her reason. I'm not sure how long. I don't think I've ever asked her that. But we had a conversation. We were going to eat fast food, and we were talking about faith. And we got to a point. I think we started off with like, if we have kids, will you let me? Because at that point, I wasn't big into faith. But she would say, would you let me like take them to like church, have them be religious and like just little things like that. And I was hesitant at first. I said no, and then I kind of leaned into yes. And then we got into a conversation about like, she asked me, she was like, why don't you believe in it? And I told her straight up, and this is how selfish and naive and just dumbfounded I was at the time. But I just told her, I was like, because everything that I've gotten to this day is me. Like I've gotten my car, I've gotten the credit part, I've gotten, like I just started going down the list of like everything I had that was good. And I just told her, I said, it was all me. It was no one else. Like no one else can do it for me. Selfish. If you think like that, I'm sorry for you. I promise you, it is not you. Mm-hmm. I promise. And it's gonna come one day. I haven't said this publicly, but there's a point in time that you'll soon realize. And someone said this in a video, that you don't have good faith because nothing tragic has ever happened to you. So most people like never had a family loss, never been in the hospital, never. But when those things happen, who else is there? Who else is there to look to? Yeah. Who else is there to fucking look to? Yeah. Yeah. So for me, and one of the crazy things, and then I was having this conversation with somebody on Instagram after when I posted that. She just told me basically like, hey, I never really like, I just thought you were always religious and had faith just because of who you are. And I was like, fuck, this whole time I have like morals, and like I just had morals of like having like people believer. I just had morals. Yeah. I don't think I was just all in at that point.
Yeah, I get you.
But I was tested. Yeah. I got out. I made a deal. I'm here. And from there I mean, I should, but it's one of those things. I'm very bad with time, but I watch online church. I pray 3 times a day. It's one of those things where I've gotten to a point where I'm not you yet.
No, I not get you. And man, I'm not perfect, dog. Like I really am not.
I say I'm not you yet because it takes a lot of courage to post something online about faith, because you have people like me that were still like me that had that selfish mindset that God, Jesus can't control everything, or doesn't control everything. And it's a lot of courage, bro. Yeah. So I give you kudos.
Yeah, and I really do appreciate that, man. And you know what, man? I'm really proud of you to say that.
Yeah.
Like that you're really looking forward to that. And I'm glad that you are realizing that, right? I mean, I'm not saying that you realize it at your toughest moment, right? But there's a time and a place where God will literally, if you know about him, here's the thing. This is for everybody listening. If you know about him, he's not going to let you sleep, dude. Yeah. Like, he will not let you sleep. Like, he's adamant to get a hold of you, to get you wholeheartedly. So I understand you, like, where your mindset was at and stuff like that. And a lot of people, they have them, and you're totally right. If you have that mindset, man, I pray that you change that mindset, because the job that you have, God let you get that job. The money that's in your bank, God let you have that job to be able to put that money in the bank. That car that you have, God let you get the job to be able to have the money in the bank to be able to purchase that. I can go on and on and on and on, dude. But it's like anything else, dude. Having faith in God, it's literally trusting in him when you're like, man, dude, my back's against the wall right here, Lord. Like, what, are you sure? And it's like, yeah, go ahead and trust me. I like how my pastor, shout out to Pastor Jonathan, how he illustrated it one time. It's like kids, when they're about to jump off the bed or the monkey bars, the dad's like this. He's like, come on. No. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'll catch you. We got to be the same way with God. Like, sometimes we really, really do have to trust him, man. And to go back on what the girl was talking about, those are called fruits of the Spirit. So the Lord tells us, people shall know you by the fruits that you bear.
Yeah. I meant morals, like, I'm a good person. I treat people right.
No,
I don't kill. I don't steal.
Yeah.
I like just like
and those morals, they're really good morals. And a lot of people, they think otherwise, but having those good morals are very good. Yeah. Those are Christ-like, right? But even in his word, it says you can be the best person in the world, but if your heart's far from me, you will not inherit the kingdom of heaven.
That's true. Which
is true. So, man, dude, bro, I'm gonna take advantage, and we're supposed to go to commercial break, but we're gonna do the full hour right now. I mean, we're already at 50 minutes, dude, so we might as well just keep going. But I'm gonna take advantage, dude. I'll encourage you, dude, to not watch online. Go.
Yeah, no,
go with the girl.
So get this, man. I watch CBC.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome, dude.
Crazy, man. So I used to work at Apple at La Cantera for maybe a year and a half before I did something stupid, and that's a different story. But
yeah.
There was a guy. There was a sales manager a manager that worked there, and his name was Joe. I think Joseph. And we got into the conversation. I don't remember the specific conversation, but it was a conversation about God. And I started telling him, like, hey, it's not for me. This is paraphrase for sure. Hey, it's not for me. And I started being selfish again. And so I went. I said, fuck it. Because he was like a mentor or somebody I looked up to, somebody whose position I wanted to be in. So I was like, okay, if he's telling me this, let's just do it. Let's see what happens. So I went. This was beginning of 2018, and I went for the next 8 months. And I took a different girlfriend at the time, but I took her with me, and we just started going. And that first day, I shit you not, man, I came out of CBC. I walked to my car, my little Mitsubishi Lancer at the time, and I fucking cried my eyes out for like 5 minutes before going to work, because I went to church and then I went to
you had to go to
work at Apple at La Cantera. Cried my eyes out, man. I was like, fuck, now I got to go to work. My eyes are red. And like working at Apple, you have to be to a certain standard. So I'm like, God damn it. But after that, man, after that first day, I kept going. I'm not sure on where I fell off, but I think for me, I get this same sensation and feeling seeing it online versus being in there. I say that, but I haven't gone since 2018, so it might be totally fucking different, which I'm sure it is. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure it is being in there. I'm an introvert.
And I know.
Horribly.
I know that.
Horribly. Like I this is how bad it is. Like I force myself to, I mean, obviously you have to force yourself, but I do it just, I force myself to talk to people at work because it's my job and it's how I make money and live. But I'm just mentally, socially exhausted. I didn't even think that was a thing a couple years ago, but I'm like, my battery is dead socially, and I have to recharge every single day. So doing it, I mean, it's just exhausting. Just in general. So going to a church with people, it's
I get you, Peter.
It's not that I'm afraid of it. I just don't like doing it.
I know.
And it's like one of those things where if I can get a sensation, same thing, I don't know. Man, I'm going to go to church. Fuck
yeah, dude.
I'm going to fucking go.
The thing is, why I say to go is because you can watch it all day long. And I feel you on that, dude. Like, you're an introvert. I've got so many friends, man, that are introverts. And, man, they had to take that step, dude. Like, they had to get out of their comfort zone. And that's why I'm encouraging, like, get out of that comfort zone. Like, God wants you to get out of that comfort zone. Because, man, you don't know, dude. Like, you can show up. And I'm telling you right now, it wasn't... I always tell people this, and people are always like, man, get out of here. When a person meets someone, I wholeheartedly believe that God says it. When you meet someone, it's not by coincidence that we're meeting one another. It's not by coincidence we're talking about this. We ended up doing this because God intended it to be that way. He wrote it. Okay, at this day, Gilbert's going to meet the other Gilbert. And finally, the Gilbert is going to find out about the Gilbert from the Ginn, that I've been stirring something up in his heart. And this is the perfect time for it to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, bro, like, you live on Alamo Ranch. Dude, I go to West Hills Church.
I seen that.
So you're more than welcome, dude, to come on a Sunday. You could text me, bro, like, hey, bro, if that's gonna...
I hate cheating, man.
No.
I like Pastor Ed. I'm just messing with you, man.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
I always tell everybody that I have, like, hey, if you want to go, go. I'm there. Like, text me. I'm there. I'm there every Sunday.
You a drummer?
Yes.
Seen that.
I'm a drummer, man. I'll be drumming this Sunday. So I'll be serving this Sunday.
I don't know if I'll go, but don't.
I know. But man, yeah. I'm really glad that we're talking this way, because right now you said it like you're introvert, you know that. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. But just by seeing the videos that I've seen of your podcast and stuff like that, I can literally tell like you're an introvert. Like,
yeah,
you like doing this, but outside of this, when the cameras are off, all right, that's enough.
Nah, don't talk to me. I even tell my girlfriend, like, I'll get in the bed before we go to sleep.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I said this actually to her Tuesday night. We were about to go to sleep, and I was like, look, tomorrow's my day off. Don't bother me. Don't talk to me. We didn't talk till like 2-3 o'clock, and I was like, yes. Yes, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I need my space, man. She's a girl, and I love her to death, man. Shout out to McKinley, but she was there the whole time in the hospital. She took a month off, damn near like 30 days, 35 days. She was there every single day. She bent over backwards for me. So I
she a real one, baby. She a real one.
Sure. That was definitely needed.
Yeah, that was needed, dude.
But
that's
yeah,
cool,
she's
man.
she getting into that relationship has taught me so much. For sure, patience. I gotta have a lot of patience with her. Being empathetic, for sure. I honestly don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's definitely a good way to show people, hey, you need to love your fucking girlfriend if you're going to be in a relationship with her. Especially love hard, because if you're not loving hard, why the hell are you fucking in a relationship in the first place?
Exactly, dude.
I had to learn that the hard way. And yeah, just communication and understanding. I think you can communicate, but if you don't really understand, at that point, it's going in one ear, out the other. So
yeah.
But why were we talking about this? Because...
Well, we're actually talking about this only because...
Oh, yes. Social.
Yes, social
battery.
Yes, social
Sorry.
battery. Yeah,
that's
what we're talking... It's okay, dude. It's okay. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, social battery.
But man, dude, I'm so glad that you're here. We're talking about this, dude. But yeah, man, I encourage you, dude, like, whenever. The thing is, I want you to understand, I tell everybody this, there is not one perfect person out there. If you're listening and you think otherwise, good luck, because that's not the case, okay?
You know what's crazy, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I think if we would have done this last year and you would be telling me that right now, I would feel pressured. I don't feel pressured. Like, 'cause it's my ultimate decision. Like, hey, I can go. I don't have to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think if still that selfish part in me, like last year, if you would have told me that, I would have been like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going now.
Yeah.
Because you told me I have to go. But it's different now.
It's different now, dude, because now you have God's opened up a door for you.
Yeah.
A part of your heart that was closed, He opened it because now you have that willingness. You're open to it. Your heart's open to it because you already know about it. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I didn't know about that. That you went to CBC and then you did this, you did that. That's what I'm saying. God's already been working in you slowly but surely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to happen, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. You're here for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're here for the Ginn Podcast 2.0, dude, is going to come back. Más fuegoso, dude.
I hope so.
I'm ready for it, dude. And that's the thing, man. Like, whenever you want, dude. Again, God's not looking for a perfect person. He's looking for where you're at, like your progress, right? The thing is, a lot of people, what they get a misconception of the relationship with Christ is that if God got you out of that hole, obviously don't go back and dig that hole back up.
Yeah.
Right? You got to move forward and you got to trust Him in what's going to come next. So that's why I like to encourage everybody, like, it's not, because it's not easy, dude. I'm telling you right now, and I know that you know that, because it's not easy. The Lord literally says, like, don't be conformed to this world. And He says it because He knows this world is so enticing, dude. So enticing.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm a musician. Man, dude, the beats from like Drake and stuff. I mean, look at Satan, big dog. He was a musician.
Yeah.
He uses it. You hear it, you're like, man, that sounds so much better than Lecrae, big dog. Like, it's natural.
I think, man, the really thing that just fucked me up and I was just like, let's go all in, was when I didn't have anybody else to believe in when I was sitting in the hospital bed, or like just looking back on previous times of hardships and just different things I would go through. I thought it was me. Like, I thought I was trusting myself. I thought I was believing myself, but it was somebody else. And I've said it before I actually wholeheartedly gave in, was there's a higher power up there. I just don't know who it is, but he's looking after me. Whoever it is. Come to find out, it's our Savior, Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Crazy times, man, because I never thought I would say that in my whole life.
Yeah, man.
But we're here now.
We're here now, man, and we're already going to get to that point. Man, we're already at the hour, man. Perfect. But I'm super glad, man. I'm super glad that you came, dude. We were able to sit down because I know that last time it was kind of just a real quick like, hey, big dog, what you doing in the studio?
Yeah, dog. I'm telling you. I was so salty. My bad if I came out.
No, dude. And I totally understand because right away I had text Ernest.
Yeah.
And he was like confused. He was like, what the heck are you talking about, big dog? And I was like,
you know what's crazy is because obviously we have the same names.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, he booked. He probably got the same thing. He probably wasn't like on tune with.
I think so. I think that's what happened there. And
it was my fault ultimately.
He texted me later on. He's like, man, I apologize. He goes, I think it was supposed to be the other Gilbert. I was like, look, regardless, I just don't want to be on bad terms with the other Gilbert because we're in the same building. Okay, we're in the same building. And he's like, well, do you know him? I said, even if I don't know him, like I've seen him. He's friends with my friends. Eventually, it's gonna get to a time where we're gonna meet again, and I don't want there to be like, hey, big dog, remember that one time, big dog? You got my sloppy dog.
Never, man.
You know what I mean? But
go back to the reactions. Like obviously, I reacted. I don't know if I honestly don't remember the interaction.
No, you did fine, bro. I don't want you to think you did wrong. You. I
feel pressured right now. I feel like
no. You reacted you reacted really good. Like
I was confused, and then I was salty, and then the drive home, and I was like, fuck. It's my fault. And then, after that, I forgot about it until you told me earlier. Yeah.
No, and it's okay. And I don't want you to think like, damn, this guy, that's how he remembers me. No, I don't, never. Man. I don't, man. I don't want you to think that way. I'm super glad that you came, man. Thank you for coming, dude. I encourage you, man. Sure. This is an encouragement for everybody that's listening in and watching. You're seeing it full throttle right here, right? I mean, the Lord can touch you and he can talk to you. It doesn't matter how far you think you can be from him, or how far you think you are from him that he can't hear you. He can hear you. Obviously, he can hear you. So I encourage you to follow Christ, seek after him. He's got something very special for your life. He's got something special for everybody, obviously, right? We're all his children. That's the thing. We're all made to worship him. It's just that he gives us that grace and his mercy. And by his grace and his mercy, you have that decision to either be on the right side or the left side. So you have to choose, but I'm here to encourage you to choose the right side, which is follow Christ, seek after him. So, man, I encourage you, dude, text me whenever you want, man, and we'll see when we can link up. But, dude, I'm really happy, dude, you're here, man. I'm glad that you came today. I'm glad we had this conversation, dude.
Yeah, you gave me some inspiration for sure.
Thank you, bro.
Not sure when the podcast is coming back, but
it's okay, man.
It's definitely going to be because of you, for sure.
I appreciate that, dude. So, remember, guys, God loves you. Dios Te Ama. God loves you, my friend. Dios Te Ama. He's got big plans for you, dude. Big plans for you, dude. So this has been episode number 70. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the very next episode.
Estás escuchando DeLoco Podcast.
DeLoco Podcast.